In 1942, the United States implemented a nuclear research program called the Manhattan Project. This project was developed to enrich uranium to produce nuclear weapons. Scientists and chemists started conducting experiments under the grandstands at the University of Chicago. Enrico Fermi led a team of cutting-edge scientists to build the first nuclear reactor. This reactor was built primarily out of graphite blocks with control rods inserted or withdrawn to control the nuclear reaction. The reactor was moved to a remote wooded area 30 miles outside Chicago, Illinois, after scientists concluded that this reactor was too dangerous to operate in such a populated area. The area is now part of the Cook County Forest Preserve District and is called Red Gate Woods. This location is formerly called Site A. The Cook County Forest Reserve has embraced the fact that they have a landmark on their property and have added signage and interpretation to help visitors imagine what this lab looked like in 1942. After the reactor was moved to this site, a vast research lab was constructed with many buildings. These buildings not only housed the reactor, but the entire support infrastructure needed to run a facility like this. Here you can see what the original entrance to the lab looked like in 1942. Here we have a picture of the original reactor that was operated at Site A in 1942. The reactor is a complex structure. Here we see an illustration of the inner workings of the reactor. The guard entrance would have been the first indication that you were coming across something important. This guard shack was located about a half a mile down the road from the lab. The aerial view really shows the scale of the complex. You can see there's many large buildings with automobiles. The reactor would have been located in the middle of the property. If you look closely, you can see a tennis court in the bottom right-hand corner. After research was concluded at this facility, the buildings were leveled and the reactors were buried into deep pits. Afterwards, scientists commemorated the area with a plaque showing where the first nuclear reactor is buried. There are still reminders there at the site with granite markers cautioning people not to dig in the area because of nuclear contamination. Throughout this site where the nuclear reactor was buried, there are many test wells to test for levels of radiation. It is not uncommon for people to use radiation detectors and detect elevated radiations at these locations. In the late 1990s, when scientists and environmentalists found elevated levels of radiation in the area, the Department of Energy took action and performed a major cleanup. The Department of Energy removed much of the radioactive debris and restored the area to its natural condition. What was once a radioactive wasteland in the forest is now a treasured recreational area for all to enjoy.